runs on multiple manufacturer devices, right? So Google needs to work with all those manufacturers and get them to buy in on the specs that's going to allow for AR to sync. It's a much harder road to head down.
Yeah, the phones need to be calibrated.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Work with AR.
That's why you're only seeing their phone, which is why another strategic decision to purchase HTC to get back into the hardware business means that they now have that same advantage as Apple with Pixel, right? So we have the Pixel phones, and then you have Samsung working with them because they understand probably, I don't have any inside information, that AR is important in order for them to compete with iPhone. This is a fast way for them to get into the space. Because Google, let's face it, they had the advantage for a very long time with Tango, right? And so they do have a lot of learnings. And so I have no doubt that it's going to be a platform that can successfully compete with ARKit, but they have a tougher journey to head down.
We have room for one more question.
Hey, how long do you think till we see like full-fledged AR with the wearable ability to change the way that we just operate, I guess?
That's who's going first.
Who wants to hedge it?
Go, Tom.
I mean, Bloomberg reported that Apple's trying to ship something in 2020. I think that is even a little bit too soon, in my opinion. I think that the question should be, when will we see adoption? Like the early adopters like me, as soon as the device is out, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to wear it. I love the look of the Google Glass. I wear it proud. But I mean, I was alone. I mean, there's so many factors to consider with this device because it's not something you can hide in your pocket, right? And so if the first device is going to look like a BlackBerry Pearl, no, people aren't going to want to wear it. So there's a lot of human elements to consider here, a lot of social norms, cultural things that we need to think about. On top of the fact, is the tech ready? And I mean, if you look at HoloLens, which is a magical device, really like Microsoft hit it out of the park, still some of the best technology there, you really can't use it outside, right, in sunlight. So right there you see where some of the limitations are. And then one other thing that you need to consider is the non-AR infrastructure that's required for this all to work. And without 5G, you know, like I tried loading a YouTube page today and I had to wait for it, and I'm like, we're not ready. Because we're not ready for AR, we're gonna need 5G. There's just way too much data that's gonna be passed through. And then the last part is this AR cloud, you know? So having glasses is great, but as Tony mentioned, you're not gonna download the Runway app as soon as you get here, wait for a bit, no, now it's like, it's ready. And on top of that, you're gonna wanna share your experiences because this is not VR where you're just having, you know, you can have a solitary experience. We're all trying to share this delusion together, right? And so to do that, you need the AR cloud in place. So it's just a lot of pieces. So it's not just when are the glasses ready. It's like when is the world going to be ready to be lit up as a spatial screen?
Just a little bit add on the last question about Google and Apple. So think about if Google is doing Chrome for AR core. That would be interesting too because it's basically on top of battery iPhone as well. So yeah.
You know, I mean, I think did people see the recent report about Snap and how they have like a warehouse full of spectacles and how people buy the spectacles and like the 50% stop using them after the first week? I was one of those people.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, no one likes.
And so I think that we're going to see you know, more testing of the market, right? And I think it's entirely likely that Apple, before they introduce a full set of AR glasses, which I think 2020 would be amazing. I think we're just starting to see them putting the supply chain in place for something like that, and that takes alone 3, 4, 5 years to get together. We may see them introduce something first, which is maybe more like Google Glass, where it's just about alerts, or just something like, you know, like kind of like Apple Watch on your face, where they're starting to test the market, or something that has a camera. So I don't think we're going to suddenly go from, you know, today, you fast forward 3 years, and something like this full-blown, perfected AR Apple glasses. I think that we will see, and not just Apple, we'll see other people experimenting, putting stuff out there, testing out, seeing, you know, what does it take to get people to wear a camera? What does it take, you know, what do you need to do in terms of like alerts and notifications? How does that work with, you know, things like AirPods and Pixel Buds or whatever they're calling them? You know, so I think that we're starting to see all this stuff coalesce, and will fumble towards it. I mean, remember again, you go back to the beginning, 2 or 3 years before the iPhone, everybody thought a smartphone was going to look like a BlackBerry, right? If you look actually, the phone that Google was going to ship, the first Android phone, looked exactly like a BlackBerry. It had a QWERTY keyboard, screen. They saw the iPhone, they killed it. And they realized they had to start over. And so I think that we're going to see a lot of those fits and starts. And so even though I think we all have this idea of glasses in our heads, I think one of the best things we do is kind of let go of that and think, if we kind of take away all our preconceived notions, what might you have? And fortunately at Apple and at Google and other places, you have some of the most creative, smartest thinkers about this stuff trying to solve this problem. And they know what they're up against. And whether they get it right, let's put it this way, if Apple ships it, they're probably going to have gotten it right. And they're not going to ship it until they feel that way.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give a round of applause to our amazing panelists.
Okay, sorry to kick you guys off the stage. All right, so we're going to transition to demos now. Tom?
You guys told the Facebook I said YouTube was great. You guys were like, what questions? At least we learned something through this process. So for those of you who are just tuning in now, on my Facebook channel, Facebook/Kevin Coons or just Coons, you can see the first hour of this panel, and then Facebook 360 booted us off. It was not like I got a phone call. Which if you remember last time, you know what I put this time while you're texting came through? I put do not disturb. It's not airplane mode, but do not disturb is how you want to do it in the live stream. But we're learning each time you do these things. And it's still going. Yeah, this guy. K-U-N-N. See, it might be most people are spelling it wrong. At least you got the Z. Most people are like, is that E? No, it was like spelled wrong. It was like Coons with an M for at the end. So, just even having like a thing off at the top, here's where to ask questions. I feel like these are really
I moderated a long time ago. But I don't know what they used. They had
Right. Hello, everyone.
We're back! Hello. We're back!
Let's see if we can get everyone back. Everyone sit down.
This is like exactly how I feel when I teach class and I say, all right, we're going to have a 5-minute break, use the bath, and then you try and get back into it. That's why I look.
Hello, everyone. We're just going to start the sort of pitches to the different companies now. So if we can have a little moment of quiet. Perfect.
That works.
So thank you everyone for coming. I'm Tom Impalameni. I'm from Tribe VR. We're based here in the city. And we're just going to show you a very quick video taken in Amsterdam recently of our demo. We did a partnership with a hotel group called Citizen M Hotels, which was...
Guys, we need it to be super silent. If you're gonna talk, you can leave. Okay, let's give Tom a little respect here. All right, thank you.
So it's $1 for every person who speaks. So thanks for listening. We're Tribe VR, and we have a short video here that was taken from a YouTube live stream that we did of our experience. Here on our right, we've got the demo, so straight after this, you can come and try what we're doing. Just to give you a quick introduction to what we do, we make it easy for people to learn real-world skills harnessing XR. So what we do is we have a VR experience that teaches you exactly that, real-world skills. I think the video has just jumped. This is, there you go. So in the background here, you'll see sort of what we did. So basically what our first demo here shows is, this was filmed live from a hotel in Amsterdam. We have a full 3D rendering of a Pioneer CDJ 2000 setup. And what we were offering was teaching visitors to the hotel who'd come for AE Amsterdam the opportunity to learn how to be a DJ using VR. That's basically the demo that we were showing. What our platform does is we take real-world skills and we enable them, we open them up to everyone. This setup here, just walking you through it, we teach people the basics of lining up tracks, mixing them, you have 3D surround audio, and then you can actually stream that set out to the world. It's part of a bigger vision of what we're trying to do. We're building the platform that sort of links together XR and that teaches real-world skills, essentially enabling people to sort of learn immersively. We believe that fundamentally learning by doing is better than learning by sitting in a class and listening to people, or by watching YouTube videos. So really this is our mission. We're on a mission to sort of improve the world's learning and make it easier for everyone to learn by doing rather than by watching or listening. So come and try our demo out. Thanks a lot for listening. Thank you. And don't start talking again, we have other companies coming now. Thank you.
No one's watching here, they're looking at no one's Of course, yeah, it's weird Facebook split it. With that hour. That's not the Rico fade. Oh. This is the Insta361. For those of you interested, I'm going to include a link in the description below. It's like a 300 connector. The phone is what's sending the signal out.
This is new. You didn't have this last time, right?
I had this last time, but I had my phone connected to it. And this time I said, I'm just going to connect my phone there. Initially I was going to put a battery here and do like, I thought we'd go for 4 hours. Last panel went for so much longer. So it's one of these things where you never know each time. But we're learning each time we do a live stream. Facebook puts this out after an hour. So I now know like Facebook is maybe not the best live stream 360. Last time we like
Okay, everyone.
Yeah, it's like how much data it can
What do you believe AR is going to be? Hey! Is it going to be the revolution that we all hope it's going to be? It is? Yeah? Alright. We all know that there is a chasm that we have to cross. And I'm here to paint my view and my company's view on what it's going to look like. My name is Anthony Steen. I'm with Zapper. We're based out of London. And I'm a senior business developer. But what I haven't been ever in my life until augmented reality is an early adopter of technology. And augmented reality changed my life, and this is how it happened. So in a past life, I was a professional ski mountaineering guide. This is probably the day when my dermatologist will look back and say, that skin cancer you got on your nose, this was the day you got it. But what I really liked in the ski mountaineering world and the ski guide world is dealing with people and working with people who looked at uncertainty and paving new adventures, paving new trails, and I really like that. Something changed though, and I thought this whole life was going to be like that until one day I found myself hanging off the edge of a cliff in a car in the passenger side of my boss's truck. That is when I realized I had to change and there was going to be something that I needed to follow and be a part of that still had the same type of people who liked adventure, who liked pushing the boundaries, who wanted to create something new, and I went on a journey to find that. I found it in this diagram right here. This is a diagram, as we all know, of people who are in AR or in virtual reality, and their brain is being flooded with neurotransmitters, happy chemicals, everything that would cause a reduction in pain. And I sat there and thought, I want to hang out with the people who are pushing the boundaries of this technology. How do I do that? So I packed up all my stuff and I moved to San Francisco to be here with you people, because you have in common what I was sharing with those professional skiers and guides, is pushing the boundaries, is trying something new, is being part of something that we don't know is going to work, but we're sure as hell going to try it. The other thing that happened to me is that I realized I started rubbing shoulders with people that I had never interacted with before. Early adopters, we all know them, innovators. They're all here in this room. I'd never hung out with people like you before in my life, but I saw that and I became attracted to it. So then I thought, how can I make this happen even more, and who can I join forces with? We all know this curve. It's the Gartner hype cycle curve. And AR right now is in the trough of disillusionment. Show of hands here. Next year, when Gartner releases their 2018 version of this chart, where's the augmented reality going to be? Do people think augmented reality is going to be in the trough of disillusionment? Raise your hand. Disillusionment? Or is it going to be in the slope of enlightenment? Got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have some optimists and then some maybe cautious optimists, I guess I'd say. I thought it would be very cool if someone overlaid these two curves. How do we cross the chasm? And how does the adoption life cycle and how does the hype cycle overlap? Someone smarter than me, Chris Nunes, did it in 2015. And this is what it looks like. I thought the trough of disillusionment and the chasm would sync up. That's not true. But one thing this implies, specifically one thing that this one thing about the Gartner hype cycle that is implied or could be misinterpreted by folks is that we are predestined to succeed in this. It's almost like augmented reality is a cart on a roller coaster and it's just being pushed along by some invisible force. I don't believe that's true, and I don't believe that you think it's true either. And I'm only interested in people who are going to take action to make sure that we can cross this. So what? As innovators and visionaries, it is our responsibility to the technology and the market to push things through. That is our job. So we are the little dog. The early majority is the big dog. And the question is, what gets the big dog pulled over to our side? What does that world look like? And that's an individual question for each one of you. What does augmented reality look like when it crosses the chasm? And I'm really only asking you to answer 3 questions. What's the form factor, which we've all talked about? Is it on the cell phone, or is it on the mobile device, or is it a unitasker, to borrow a term from Alton Brown? There's no right or wrong answer here. The panel stood up here and said it's enterprise. I happen to believe it's a mobile device. Next question, is it proof of concept stuff, or are they solutions tied to business problems with true value attached to it? Are you making content for the 1% who can afford these high-end solutions, or do you want your content to be consumed by the most amount of people possible? There is no wrong answer here. This is your augmented reality. This is your world you get to create. You pick the tool. You ask yourself, what does it look like when we cross the chasm? What does it look like as far as the device? What am I trying to achieve? And then you pick from any of these tools that help you get there. These are all good products. These are all smart people. They're all doing amazing things technologically and business-wise. The question is, what do I believe? We believe that democratization will lead the charge across the chasm. We develop products, solutions, and tools for innovators, early adopters to succeed at scale based on this idea that it will be on a mobile device, it won't be for the 1%, and it will be centered on business solutions and problems with value and ROI attached to it. Our latest little bag of tricks that I'm demoing today is called Zapbox. It is a mixed reality, and around the office, the buzzword or the way that we looked at this was, how do we make Magic Leap magic cheap? And cheap wasn't exactly the best word, maybe magic inexpensive, but it doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Guys in the back, we really need you to be quiet. So, if you guys are going to talk back there, can you please use like whisper or just, because it's really affecting us up here, okay? All right, thanks.
So it's a cardboard-based solution. It's mixed reality, it's 6 degrees of freedom, it is room scale MR, it is code-based, which allows for super good tracking. All of our AR and MR content can be consumed by any consumer with a smartphone or mobile device that is running Android 2.2 or higher, or has an iPhone 3GS, or later. So we tested the waters. It went really well. We went to production, and there was a video there that was there, but it wouldn't. Yeah, there was a video there. So, we created the tools to help you create the content for that mixed reality headset. We also have the tools that will allow you to create content to publish in your app. And you can embed our SDK into your app. It's a 5 meg app, and it's an authoring tool. And there's 3 different levels of tool. The first 2 are drag and drop experiences. They're cloud-based. These are all SaaS tools. The third one that's more interesting to people, I would think, in this room is called Studio. It is a full-service scripting tool. Allows you to manipulate 3D assets. And unfortunately, there was a product demo video here that isn't working either. But we did submit it to the AWE in the publishing and authoring platform category. And it did win the best tool in that category. And without seeing it, you'll just have to take my word for it. It is really interesting. And we are Shazam's back end. We are their AR back end. So they have over 100 million monthly active users. Our product scales like you wouldn't believe. And it's very lightweight, so it's not a huge drain on the download. And it allows them to put augmented reality into the wild and their users to just embrace it and experience it. So the question is, what do you believe your mixed reality is going to look like when it crosses the chasm? If you believe it is going to be mobile phone based, if you believe it's going to be attached to marketing, advertising, and business solutions, and if you believe that it's for everyone, then we are the people to talk to. And all I want to know, and this would have been much better, trust me, with the videos and without the noise, but all I want to know is if you believe what I believe, who's coming with me, in the immortal words of Jim Brewer and Half Baked. So, that's it. Any questions? I tried my best. Holy cow, I tried my best. Any questions at all without seeing the product and the demos, the videos? I know it's difficult. But if you want to check out the room scale, smartphone-based, mobile-based demo, I'm doing it over there. You can play the xylophone. There's all kinds of different interesting things you can do. So we're Zapper and I'm over there.
Alright guys, we've got one more demo. It's Michael Markman with Moment Labs.
Hey, we're Moment Labs. We're working on a virtual reality design and prototyping platform. Basically, you can step over there, you can jump into the headset, and you can really quickly and easily create a scene in VR. So in the headset, you design your VR experience, you're able to create multiple moments, kind of like imagine them as slides in a 3D PowerPoint, except each slide is a moment that you can step into. So you design these out, you can then show them to a client, to a teammate. Basically, it's like sketch and vision for VR. Yeah. Good. Yeah. It's also really cool and fun to use, and I encourage all of you to try.
By Micah Zahner. He is the founder of Artists Are Scientists. So as you can see over here, he'll tell you a lot more about it. You can see a nice little green screen.
Go to the first slide.
So how's everybody enjoying the demos? Really good? Awesome. So has anybody tried this mixed reality set yet? Anybody? Yeah, you have? What do you think?
It's amazing.
Awesome? So what's really neat about these portable mixed reality sets is that if you have a virtual reality app that you want to market, you want to show and share these experiences out to your users and your target audience, Artists and Scientists can help you do that, to make it a lot more immersive and share your message out to the broader audience. So here's Micah.
You gotta play for a few before you can play for them. I'll just start with that. So, mixed reality, this is kind of like the original mixed reality. This is what people called MR back in the day when VR was kind of the only thing that people were hyped about. So, an introduction to the real mixed reality, the first one, not the Microsoft one, was the Sculptor one. So what it necessitates is a few supplies. You can see over there, you've got a lot of lights, you've got a camera, you've got a green screen, and it really gives the opportunity to show VR in a way that you can't quite see it, just by watching the viewer look through the lens of the VR headset, and then that displays on the computer screen. It really isn't fulfilling, and it isn't fulfilling for your app if you have one in VR, and it isn't fulfilling for a spectator who's sitting there in the room with their friend like, when's my turn? So it really creates a unique experience, and with it being portable, you can take it anywhere and kind of just like pop up, have an arcade, perform live art performance. That's why I'm here. So currently mixed reality is only done in the HTC Vive with a Unity plugin. There is a way to do it on Oculus, but it necessitates a very expensive camera and a pretty tricky setup. So I personally have the HTC Vive over there. I have a pretty soon laptop, and I throw it down. So how does this magic happen? What you do is you have the background layer, which is the in-game camera, and that's filming the virtual reality background. Then you have the reality layer, which is the human being with the green screen, and that layer you use a standard chroma key where you chrome out the green and it adds in as an overlay the background. And then you also add in a foreground layer, which helps out with when you swipe in front of you, it adds the alpha channels so everything else disappears within the foreground and the background. So here's a little bit of the result. This was an event I did. There's a lot of cannabis and VR events going around in California, so I perform at some of them. It's actually really helpful. So cannabis as a solution for people's virtual reality nausea. It's pretty effective. And a lot of people might not have thought of that, but put two and two together, and all of a sudden, wow, nobody gets sick at your events.
Interesting.
So here is a video. We're supposed to load it at a certain part, but we'll just play it. You can see. So this is me painting at really high rate of speed. I don't move this fast. So it's really cool because you can see over here on the white wall, the foreground layer is still showing up. So what you can essentially do is you can set up in nature without a background and then perform mixed reality with, it's almost augmented reality. It's 2 depth sensors on the side with a camera. So you can really take this anywhere, create some really cool content, have some really interesting fun, maybe even design a VR game around not having a background and have your, you know, like your room be the kind of like the place where you host it. So yeah, very cool, especially for events. I'm thinking weddings. I'm thinking I can make quite a few bones on weddings. They love spending money. $5,000 for a photo booth? Come on. So here's the setup. You have your foreground alpha channels, you have your user layer, and you do this on like a broadcasting app. And then you have your background layer, in-game background layer with the camera angle, your 2 depth sensors in your camera, and once that's all lined up, you're pretty much synced up and ready to go. The utility, you got live art performances, you can create some amazing content. I have artists all over the world that I'm representing on my website that I'm trying to get into this movie. Everybody's got the HTC Vive, nobody's making any money. And it's also a great educational resource for teaching new users how to create rapid prototypes for their apps, AR or VR. So here's my information. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a little bit of a live stream on the wall if you want to hang out, stick around. Thank you for listening. You guys are awesome. Oh, this is just going to be a link on the main page, so you'll be able to check it out later at Facebook Live. I'll share it on the event that we went to today. All right, thank you. Yeah, I'll share it right now.
You're Kevin, right? Yeah. Lucas, nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Doing good. I try to because it's like I want to go to these events to get the information. but sometimes I don't want to pay for the ticket price. And in particular tonight, I teach down the street at Kennedy Garden. What do you teach? I teach 4 virtual reality filmmaking classes.
Oh wow, so one of my friends from college, she did her senior thesis.
Okay, so for anyone who's actually left and actually paying attention into the screen, we have our holiday event that will be next month, December 5th, at Google Launchpad. Tickets are free until November 12th, so you should sign up now. And we have a great lineup there as well prepared. And that is all. So yeah, I encourage everyone to go around and check out the demos, check out Micah's performance over there. Thanks again.
I'm going to walk around and see all the demos now. That's the live stream going. If you want to walk and talk, I'm down. No, this would normally be connected here. I'm having to like actually. I did have a holster and then the thread broke off. It would normally be holstered right there, the Magic Arm. I want to thank our hosts. Where can we find out more info about this?
Go to our meetup page.
Which is?
Meetup.com/ and then look for San Francisco Augmented Reality and Computer Vision Meetup Group. It's up there. Look at that.
Right there. Everyone who's online right now. All the viewers on our YouTube stream. Cool. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thanks.
And then I'm going to go over here and see what's going on with this guy.
Upload. Yes, the green room. Now it's here.
Oh, shoot.
Portable, man. Yeah. I was just talking to Chris. I was like,
I'll give you a little elbow.
As soon
I'm
as
just
I
going
saw
to
this,
put this here.
He was like, he's right there. Yeah. Nice, man.
Do you think I can leave this for a couple seconds for my live stream? I'm going to. This is live streaming. I'm going to leave it, come back in 5 minutes. Cool.
Hey,
Feel free to
what you
talk
can
to the
do,
camera.
Armand, if you can go over and tell her to click on the link on the event page to put it up on the projector. This is pretty cool, huh? Do you want to step in and see before?
No, man, we were just taking pictures of you.
Yeah,
Lots of photos.
Is it showing that? It's on the event page on Facebook. Have you guys ever used this before? Yeah, I have. Do you guys just want to use it? Marina, you want to be on?
I'm kind of curious about
Can I try the what? Can I try the Chromecast?
No, don't do it. Please don't.
All right. Solution.
So what are you looking at?
What are you seeing?
This is what you can see. Yeah,
Just a lot of sparklies, huh? Okay.
Well, this is turned around.
Yeah.
Show up yet?
No. Yeah, they haven't found the.
The link is on the event page. I shared it. Go to the event page and I shared it on Facebook. Go to the conversation.
Just put it on the runway.
Nah, man, it's cool.
Put it on the runway, please. Wi-Fi runway.
Yeah, man, I'm. Why doesn't she just go to my video then? On my Artists Are Scientists page.
Hey, no quiz, artists, scientists are artists.
Artists Are Scientists.
Sorry.
On the Facebook page, if you click on the. Okay, now we're gonna go.
Get it.
There's still some time. What time is it, Armin?
It's 8:10.
We're gonna do real quick.
There it is. Cool.
Afterwards, yes, that was my question. I'm wondering how we can best do that. I'm thinking, and of course I have the wheels. I wonder if I can get them and bring it back to the table.
So what you can do is either try and make your car, right, and we can find a spot and use it, or we it's light enough for us to carry it. Yeah,
it's like collectively carry it.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me get the wheels. Yeah, because I mean, I'm thinking if I still get the car, get the loading space.
There is a loading space.
Yeah.